Getting Canadian visa is one of the easiest visa to get, and at the same time one of the difficult visa to get. If you know what it takes for you to get the visa, you'll find out that this is one of the easiest visa you can get in Africa, if you're an African from Africa or India or other part of the world. But in this video, we are going to break down how you are going to know what that you need to provide before you can get their visa. Since you don't have one-on-one interview with the VO, pay attention to this video, because knowing the exact document that the criteria and visa type that you are applying for will be a very good ground for you to get your Canadian visa approved by the embassy. The eligibility criteria for Canadian visa varied depending on the type of visa you are applying for. But here are the general requirements which I will give you here for you to know. We will break it down. So if it's the first time of coming to my channel, please do us a favor by like this video and share it so that it will get to people who genuinely need and get to the wider audience. Let us start with work visa eligibility. To be eligible for a work visa, you typically need 1. A job offer from a Canadian employer. 2. A positive labor market impact assessment, which is called LMIA, LMIA, from the employer. 3. Relevant qualification, experience, and the language proficiency. Number 4 is proof of financial support. This is some of the things that you need for work visa eligibility. For you to apply for work visa in Canada, you need these things which I mentioned. But let us talk about study visa eligibility. What are the eligibility for this study visa eligibility? For a study visa, you will need 1, an acceptance letter from a designated Canadian learning institution. It is not every institution that will give you this thing. You must pencil down and know the institution in Canada that will give you this, which the immigration need for them to approve your visa when it comes to study visa. Number 2, you need proof of financial support. These are very, very critical to them. Very, very important, very, very essential for them. Then number 3 is also language proficiency, either English language or French language. As you know that Canada have 2 languages, depending on the area where you are going, they need this language proficiency. Number 4 is relevant qualification and the documents that follow from the school that you study in your own country. You must have the qualification depending on the course or you choose to study in Canada. But when we talk about permanent resident eligibility, if you are applying for permanent resident through express entry or provisional nominee program, PNPS, you will be assigned based on factors like 1, education, 2, language proficiency, either English or French, 3 is work experience, 4 is your age, and the 5 is adaptability. These are the things that they look into when you are applying for permanent residence in Canada. So these are for you to qualify on this permanent resident eligibility group, you must provide them with these things which I mentioned: education, language proficiency, either English or French, work experience, age, your age bracket. Depends. Some certain age, they will not be able to give you that permanent, but when you are under the age limit which they want, you will qualify. So these are the things that you need to find out. If you cannot be able to do it, just make a comment at the comment section. I will break it down for you to know, depending on the type of visa that you wanted to apply. These are very, very important. Some PNPS, like the Nova Società Nominee program, have specific requirements such as 1, a job offer from a Nova Società employer. 2, relevant work experience in a specific occupation. Number 3 is also language proficiency, just as I said before, English or French language. You must have CLB 7 or higher in this language proficiency, CLB 7 or higher. Educational credential assessment, they will conduct this thing for you to know if you qualify. So I always encourage you or tell you to seek for those experts who knows about this thing to help you to feed this thing and get it done for you. There are experts who knows about it. Many of them based in Canada, many of them also based, depending, you need to go through your Google search and they know the companies that are handling this thing. They can help you to do it if you cannot do it by yourself. Also remember that it is essential to check the specific requirement for your visa type and the program. You can consult the official government website or contact an immigration lawyer for personalized guidelines, those who will guide you to make sure that you get everything done. In your case, since you are interested in applying for a Canada visa, I will recommend checking the video content to ensure it aligns with your specific need and visa types. Go to the comment section. I will drop the video that you are going to watch to see how you are going to see all these things depending on the visa type that you are applying for. But let us go a little bit further. Let's talk about the visitor visa eligibility when we talk about going to Canada. What are the visitors visa eligibility that they need? We have talked about the other ones. Now we talk about the visitors visa, which include valid travel document, a valid passport, and possibly a birth certificate. Your birth certificate is very important when you are applying for visitors visa. For them to grant you your visa under these categories, you need your valid travel document, that's a valid passport, and your possible birth certificate. When you include this thing, you are increasing your chances of getting your visa approved. Number 2 is good health. You may need to undergo a medical examination, especially for extended stay. When you wanted to extend your stay in Canada, you need to bring this report to make sure that you are in a good state, because you are not under the health insurance in Canada. So the health insurance that you bring or your health status will determine if they will grant you your visa. Then you make sure number 3 is you have no criminal or immigration related conviction. You will need to pass security and background check. Canada take this thing very, very serious, and that is the reason why sometimes it seems that the approval time of their visa is taking so long. That's because they are going underground to check all the documents that you presented to them. As I said before, you are not going to have a one-on-one interview with a VO in the embassy, especially for those of you that are applying from Africa. Your document that you submitted is your interview. Do everything possible to make sure that you supply them with original and authentic document. Everything that you submit, both your proof of fund. These people have agents who they are sending to go and do underground check for them. The whole document that you submitted, both your birth certificate, your bank statement, your property, everything document that you submitted to them, they are going there to check it. And the moment they find anyone that is fake, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they reply you that, sorry, your visa is rejected and there's nothing you will do about it. But when you pass the first hurdle, then you begin to go until when they finally ascertain that you are eligible for that particular visa type that you apply for. They will give you your visa and you will be welcome to Canada. You enjoy your stay while being in Canada. Number 4 is you have to have a very strong tie to your home country. Show proof of stable employment, property ownership, family commitment, or other compelling reason to return home. These are the things you also need to provide for them with evidence, not only to write it or type it in a book, in a paper, and attach it to your phone. They need evidence like pictures, certificates that warrant that you have relationship with this, you have relationship with that. To bring it together to convince them that if you go, that you will return back home. These are the home ties which you have that will convince the VO that you are definitely coming back to your home country. Number 5 is you have sufficient funds. Remember, we are still under the category of visitors visa eligibility for Canada. Number 5 is sufficient funds. You need to provide evidence of financial resources to cover expenses during your stay in Canada. You must give them that evidence, conviction that you will not going to be a burden or a liability to them while staying in Canada, or that you are not coming there to seek for an asylum, that you are going there genuinely as a visitor, as a tourist that you are, that after your tourist, you will return back home. These are the things which they need. Number 6 is purpose of visit. You must show them your purpose of visit. Clearly demonstrate your intention to visit Canada for tourism, leisure, or visiting friends and the family. These are also very, very important to them. You must supply them with this also. But let me give you an additional requirement which you also need. One is medical exam may be required for extended stay or specific circumstances. You need letter of invitation. May be required if you are visiting friends or family in Canada, so they may ask you to bring a letter of invitation, or if they didn't even ask you, you need to attach it to convince them that this person actually invite you, and they will also take part in anything that concerning you while you are staying in Canada, that you are not going to constitute a nuisance while living in Canada. So these are the things which you also need to know. You also need proof of fund, like your bank statement is going to be authentic. Do not forge any money there. Do not lodge in money there to impress them. Just leave it natural as it is. Build up your bank statement very well, and your employment letter or sponsorship letter if anyone is sponsoring you. The next one is permanent resident eligibility. If you are applying for permanent resident eligibility, you are applying for it under these categories. There's age limit. Minimum is 18 years old, with minimum points awarded for those between 18 years to 35 years. When you are applying for permanent resident, these are the criteria which I mentioned earlier. I want to give it out now. So minimum is 18 years. You can never be under 18. 18 is assumed to be adult, but with the maximum point awarded for those between 18 years to 35 years. So if you are above 35 years, you did not qualify into this category, but there's other means you take enter into Canada. From there, when you start working, you will gradually graduate to up to that permanent resident status. But those who are in this bracket of 18 to 35 years, they are in the workforce. They needed them, so you are qualified for this permanent resident eligibility. Then you have education, higher school education or above, with an educational credential assessment, ECA, required. Number 3 is work experience. Varied, depend on the program. For example, federal scale worker and the federal scale trade, Canadian experience class. These are the things that is under work experience. Your work experience will also qualify you for you to have a permanent resident eligibility in Canada. Number 4 is language ability. You must have proficiency in English or French with minimum language benchmark required. Adaptability is another point which you are going to consider. Points awarded for spouse education, work experience, or language proficiency. So it's essential to review the specific requirement for your visa type and ensure you meet all the necessary criteria. You can consult the official government of Canada website or seek guidance from an immigration expert for professional advice. So these are the things that you need to know concerning Canada when it comes in terms of you applying for Canadian visa. It is very, very easy. But if you did not prepare very well to convince them that if you go that you will return back and you have all it takes for you to live and work, stay in Canada, they will not grant you. But Canada is a very beautiful country that when you are admitted into Canada and you have all your documents to live there, you will enjoy yourself. You enjoy your stay there. But if you go to Canada illegally and stay there without all these things to be able to fit into the system, you will find it so difficult for you to adopt in the system, and you will get frustrated. So for you not to get frustrated, I encourage you for you to go through this video very well. Go to my other videos for you to see how you can do so you can get it right. When you follow all this procedure, I'm assure you that you will have your Canadian visa approved. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Most importantly, comment. Let me know the visa type that you wanted to apply. Then we do everything possible to reply, or comment that come and give advice as long as we see your question and you're eager to know. We will give you advice, and professional one for that matter, so that you will get your visa approved. So see you in my next video.